So this is the Elgato Webcam 4K unboxing and review. This is currently being recorded on the 4K, so let's get into it. Okay, so starting off with the box, it does say it's got true 4K 60 video, DSLR light control, lens filter thread, and then if we spin this box around, as you can see on the back, once again, it does say true 4K 60 video, stunning picture, DSLR style control, HDR at 4K 30, lens filter thread, and cinematic effects. So with that being said, let's look at the contents inside the box. So once that you've opened the box, this is what you will see. So first of all is a USB-C to USB-C cable. Then you have a little instruction manual. Then you get the clip that goes on top of the PC. As you can see, it does actually take a little while for me to open this. But so this will sit on top of your monitor for the webcam. So very nice indeed with the Elgato logo as well. And then finally, it is the camera itself. A little bit difficult to actually take out the box. But then once you have it out the box, trying to unwrap it carefully without trying to rip all the paper. As you can see, I'm struggling here. And then once it's open, unwrap it. And you can see what is a really nice quality and just very nice looking camera. Big lens on the front. There you can see the USB-C port. Flip it around, Elgato logo on the top, and a massive 49mm camera lens. Okay, so actually before we get into the webcam 4K, I wanted to show you what I've been currently using, which is the Facecam Mark II from Elgato as well. Now, this is the full range of this camera. You never normally see it looking like this. Because I do gameplay videos, you will never ever normally see this angle. I just wanted to show you it so that you can see where I'm going from and where I'm going to with the Facecam Mark II to the webcam 4K. How the screen normally looks like this, and obviously you can see it's actually quite pixelated, which, to be fair, I'm not really surprised because it is zoomed in massively. However, it doesn't usually fill the screen, so when I do actually readjust it, you can see that the camera actually doesn't look anywhere near as bad. But I'm hoping that when I swap to the 4K, regardless of whether it's full screen or just a little box in the corner, it looks absolutely phenomenal. So let's swap cameras and see if there is actually a big upgrade. Okay, so now that I've swapped over the camera to the webcam 4K, as you can see, the video looks incredibly different. To be honest, it just makes me look a lot worse. Besides the point, this camera is genuinely fantastic. I am sorry about my voice, it's really gone at the moment. Now, for the price point, I think £180 is good. A couple features of this camera. Now, I didn't realise until I was actually plugging this camera in, but it's actually USB-C to USB-C. So if you are going to make this camera your first purchase for a webcam, then do make sure your PC can actually support the USB-C. I do think most modern motherboards do actually include a USB-C, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Another feature of this camera is because it's got a 49mm lens. It means that if you have any lens filters that are actually 49mm, then you can pop them onto this camera lens, which is a great bonus, especially if you do have a DSLR camera. The real negative and the only real con I would say, it doesn't have a built-in privacy lens, which the Facecam Mark II did. Now, when I was purchasing this, there was the offer of getting the privacy lens for free. So it comes in a little package like this, and then this is what it looks like. So as you can see, it is just a 49mm lens, but it just covers it. So all you have to do, you just pinch it and then release it once it's actually on the camera lens. Obviously, I'm not going to show you that because otherwise you're not going to be able to see it. I do think it's probably one of the only real cons, because for the extra £5, even though that when you're ordering it at the moment, it makes it free. For me, I just think Elgato probably should have added it from the beginning, just as in the box, because otherwise it doesn't really make too much sense in my opinion. I think now that I've seen the comparison between the Facecam Mark II and the Webcam 4K, for the difference in £50, as long as your PC can support the Webcam 4K, I would 100% go with the Webcam 4K. Now, I do want to make this very clear. This is not a sponsored video, so let's just make that very clear. All my opinions are very neutral and they are my own opinions. I do think this is a really great 4K camera. The only real other 4K camera you will find is also from Elgato with the 4K Pro. Now, I haven't tested that out, but for me as a smaller content creator, I do think this camera is actually really fantastic. And for me, the difference between the Mark II and the Webcam 4K, for an extra £50, it is 100% worth actually getting the 4K, because I mean, you can see the difference. It's genuinely fantastic. Now, I will also show you when it's zoomed in and when it's smaller. So as you can see, even when the camera is actually zoomed in, I am in far higher definition than I was on the Mark II. It is just genuinely fantastic. I think it's going to be better for short form content, long form content, and I think just overall, it is a really fantastic camera. And just like the Mark II, I'll show you when it is in the top left hand corner. Now that it's just in the top left hand corner, you can see that it is still incredibly high definition. Obviously, there would normally be gameplay below me, but that is not the case at this moment in time. So one final thing I do actually want to add to this review, because I think a lot of people seem to forget to actually add it, but it is to say that lighting is just as crucial as the camera, because if I turn the light off, and you can see me gradually turning it down, this is what the camera actually looks like when you have no light. So for me, I'll show you a real quick video of what my setup actually looks like. You can see the difference a light actually does make in how the camera looks. So do bear that in mind. I'll leave a link to the light down in the description. That is one extra cost you are going to have to keep in mind. But other than that, I do genuinely believe this is a really incredible camera for £180. I don't know what it is in dollars. I think it's like $200. It's roughly around that, I think. For me, overall, absolutely incredible value. I would highly recommend it, especially if you are a small to medium YouTuber. I think it's got great quality, and for the purposes that I'm going to be using it, it's going to elevate the quality of my videos. So I'm very happy, and I would highly recommend purchasing the Elgato Webcam 4K.